You're about to find out how to create Facebook ads using AI tools. And most importantly, you'll learn the process of how to make successful Facebook ads. But I warn you, this video is full of marketing tips that I learned through experimenting and using Facebook ads. So I highly recommend that you watch this video until the end. And obviously you will learn how to use different AI tools to speed up the process of creating those Facebook ads. And most importantly, at the end of the video, I'll explain a few KPIs you should be following and measuring and tell you what sort of results you should be getting or aiming for. So make sure you check it out section especially. I'm really excited to get this tutorial going and I'm really happy that you joined me on this ride. Just letting you know, if you have any questions about the tutorial or about Facebook ads, just put them in the comments below and I'll surely get back to you. Also, if this is the sort of content you like to digest and you want to optimize your business in different ways using marketing, make sure you subscribe to our channel and follow the videos that come out because they might have something that will help you grow your business. This tutorial is a full step-by-step guide of posting a Facebook ad, and all the timestamps are listed below. So if you want to skip on some sections, feel free to do so. So before we start this tutorial, you need to have a few things ready. One, your Facebook ad and Facebook business account set up and ready to post an ad or create an ad. The second thing is have Jasper AI account. The third thing is have a Canva account. And the fourth thing, you need to have your DALL-E account set up for generating images. So again, DALL-E account, Canva, Facebook all set up, and Jasper. So here's what we're going to cover in this video today. The first thing, I'm going to share with you some tips about Facebook going into 2023 because there's a few new hacks that could make your ads a little bit more profitable. The second thing, we'll talk about your audience and how to target them, which will help you create the ad. The third thing, the ad content copywriting. So we'll talk about what sort of copywriting you need to write within your ad, both the heading and the description and so on. The fourth thing, we're going to use an image generator called DALL-E to generate the actual image for the ad, which is going to be really fun. And the fifth thing, how to launch the ad. And then the sixth thing, which is probably the most important one, is to figure out what sort of KPIs you're getting, what sort of criteria you need to compare it against, and then you know if your ad is good or not, but that's what we're going to cover in the last section. So without further ado, let's jump into the tutorial. Hello everybody and welcome to the tutorial. Now, this might be a little bit confusing to look at first, but before we jump into any of these, I want to share with you the Facebook tips for 2023. I won't go into too much detail in each one of them, but you'll get the gist by me just talking a little bit about each one. The first one is Facebook forms. So Facebook has improved Facebook forms significantly. And what are Facebook forms? They're basically a way to collect details from your potential customer. So you release an ad on Facebook and then they click on learn more or download or whatever. And then a Facebook forms opens up, they fill in the details and then they get whatever you're offering them. So this is a really great way to build your email list, which is also my second point. Building your email list, basically you own the audience if you have their email. So you can send them promotions, you can send them value, you can nurture your audience any way you want. So a really good approach for getting new leads and customers these days is to give them something for free first, whether it's an audiobook, ebook, a checklist, and whatever, a guide, and then giving them your email. And then with that email, you try to nurture them and bring them up to your customers. So these are the two things you want to focus on when it comes to Facebook forms, using them and generating and building your email list. The third thing is real ads have been getting a lot more exposure and engagement. So if you can create a video with your ad, that is much better than creating the static or normal videos on Facebook. So make sure you use real ads and test them out. Simple click to call ads, this is what we do and we do it like this, or we do X for Y and you get Z out of it, call now. A lot of those ads have been shown to getting leads and obviously good return on investment. So even just a simple call ad will do the trick. Fifth, a sentence or two in your description is completely fine. So a lot of people are like complicating descriptions. When it comes to the Facebook ad, that top part of the ad where there's a lot of writing and stuff like that. Some people get overwhelmed with seeing ads that have 3 pages of written stuff to, warm up the lead and whatnot. You can just use 2 sentences, 3 sentences, don't overthink it. Really get to the point of what you're trying to offer for your audience, and that will do. Be less specific about your audience. So Previously, it was really good to be really specific when you're targeting your ad for a specific audience. So let's say, people that own a business, or people that are looking to lose weight, or people that follow, Tony Robbins, or, you can target people anywhere you want. But these days, Facebook are really smart. So it means that it can learn, and what you need to do is give it more freedom. So make your audience a little bit more broad, so it can analyze and learn and find out where's your target audience. The broader, the better these days. Obviously, don't make it super broad. If your target audience is only females, don't put males in your list. But the broader, the more space and freedom you give Facebook to do its thing. So these are the tips for 2023. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about what is this. This is usually the template we use to create campaigns in Facebook. So over here, sort of the inspiration, brainstorm, we're putting images, ideas, resources, if there's websites and stuff that we need to gather information from. Over here, you can see the project scope, to-do list, analysis, and usually this is the audience analysis and who we're targeting, what they want, what sort of problems they have and stuff like that. We're not going to do the whole thing. We're just going to focus on a few questions just to do it really quickly. Then the test card, we usually, we believe that this ad will do X, Y, Z. When we do an ad and, after it's running for a little bit, we test the results. We do a card that what we learned from it and how we can improve it. And that's sort of the process we do. It might look overwhelming, but it's actually pretty simple once you get to it. Usually we test ads, maybe we iterate maybe once or twice or 3 times. If something doesn't work, we stop. But we usually do an iteration. We don't just send an ad, oh, it didn't work, let's do something new. We'll send an ad, try to analyze what we did wrong, improve it. We got better results, try to improve it again. We got better results, fine. It's doing the return on investment, then perfect. But if it's sort of really hard and takes a lot of time to iterate and create new ads and they're not working, we move on. Now let's go into target audience. So who is it for? So I actually did here's some different professions, and I wanted to create an ad for one of those professions. People that usually can start their own business, like a designer, plumber, trainer, personal trainer, and accountant. They can all start their own business once they get a bit of experience and qualifications. So, and then let's go with personal trainer. The Facebook ads are usually good for people that are starting on their own business because Facebook has a wide, broad range of audiences. So, it's a really good platform to test different business ideas or obviously advertise your business. Let's go into it. So who is it for? What's it for? What are they afraid of? What problems or challenges are you solving? So I'm going to write these questions. I'm going to pause the video and then we can talk a little bit about that. And then we'll move to the next step. So we're back. Now, obviously the audience not obviously, but the audience for a personal trainer are usually people that, want to improve their health, people that are looking for support, people that are looking for someone to show them the ropes of how to use weights, how to eat, how to exercise, and basically get them the information they need to improve their appearance and improve their health. So who is it for? People that want to improve their health, people that want guidance for exercising, what's it for generating more leads and customers, obviously for the personal trainer. What are the audience are afraid of? What are the customers afraid of? So, bad health, not looking great, low self-esteem, those sort of things. What problems are you solving? Obviously helping them make a start with exercise and getting them going. It's always easier to do something with another person that's helping you, supporting you, and obviously you have to commit to showing up and obviously improving their results. Okay, so now we know who's our target audience. The second thing that we need to remember is that our target audience is probably local. So if you are a personal trainer, you want to be more specific about your targeting, yeah? Like what I said before about more broader, it really depends what sort of business you are. But if you're a local business, you're a personal trainer, you want to be targeting the people in your area. Okay, cool. So obviously they're going to be people that are local, people that want to exercise, and all the things that we just covered. Some of our questions go into a little bit more detail, but these are the bare minimum to understand who's your target audience. Also the age group, if you want to work with females or males or both, it really depends what sort of personal trainer you are and what you are, who you want your audience to be. So that's also really important. And being a personal trainer, maybe having a few years experience, you should already know who is your customers and what are their fees, what do they want to achieve. And yeah, very important to do the target or to do your target audience. So that's the first step. Amazing. So now that we have our target audience, we know a little bit about them, it's time to write the copywriting for them, and we're going to use Jasper AI for it. But before we do that, I just want to go through some tips, copywriting guidelines. These are my guidelines that I use. Just a little bit about the important bits. Make sure your headlines are to the point, simple to read, and are like a hook. Make sure that the audience, when they read it, they understand what you're about, what you're selling, what you're offering, what's your value proposition, and why they should obviously click your ad. So that's a very important part. Obviously list your benefits, talk about how you're helping your audience, not so much about your features and how good you are, how many years of experience you have and stuff. Those things are very, typical, and people just skip that sort of information. So talk about how you are helping your audience. Emotional connection is great to connect with your audience and get them to take action, especially if they have some sort of emotional connection with your service, with your story, or with the product you're selling. Urgency always helps improve conversions, and call to action, obviously tell them what you want them to do. There's 3 locations for your ad copy: the main description, ad heading, and ad description. So that's the description up here, the ad heading, and the ad description. So for the ad heading and ad description, I'm not going to use Jasper because it's really easy to do it. I'll just do it for the main description. I'll just show you how to use Jasper quickly and how I'm using it for Facebook ads. All right, so this is Jasper interface. These are the templates, and we're going to use one of the templates for Facebook. I think it has something with ads. I think it might be under ads. There it is. Facebook ad primary text. So this is basically Jasper has different templates, and you use them to generate text. Some of them are for blogs, some of them are for ads, some of them are for emails, and so on. So it can help you create text or copywriting for many different things. So let's go with the Facebook ad primary text. I already wrote the things here. So let's say, the company product is a personal trainer. Let's say that the ad is for a local group exercise. So again, localized, service. So you're obviously advertising it in somewhere local, so local group exercise, and then the tone of voice is sales. So local. Let's see what it generates. Okay, so get in shape with the help of a personal trainer. So cool, get in shape. That's talking to what people want when it comes to obviously exercising. If you're looking for someone to help you get fit, then look no further. We offer group exercise classes led by certified trainers who will work with you to achieve your fitness goals. We have locations all over the country, so finding a class near you is easy. And we offer to see what our classes are like before that. So why wait? Get started on your fitness journey today and sign up for a free trial class. Okay, cool. See? So again, you can change it and edit it if you want, but obviously it at least gives you something to work with. I find the hardest thing with copywriting is to start, to plan, to strategize what you're talking about, how you're building your paragraphs, or for Facebook ads, just like what to start to talk about. And this gives you like a good start. Again, you can generate it. So if I generate another one, it will give me more options. A little option: get in best shape of your life with our top-rated personal trainer, just for 10 sessions. See, this copywriting, even though it's small, it can do the same sort of job. Some people emphasize on the money, some people emphasize with getting in shape, so it talks to different people. So again, really smart to get you ideas for what you want to write in your ad. So I'm just going to copy that one here in the main description. Let's just do 2. Let's check in those 2. So now we got our copy. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Cool. Okay. And then the ad headings. Okay, I'm gonna think on my own a few ad headings. I think and an ad description, and then we'll talk about what I wrote. Okay, so I completed my heading and description. Basically very simple stuff, group exercise sessions in Sydney. So I was thinking, like, let's say the personal trainer wants to do group sessions and also maybe personal training as well. So the heading is group exercise session Sydney, lose weight and meet locals, time to lose your Christmas gains. Those are my headings. Description: Sydney weekly group workout sessions, get personal training or exercise in a group. We run group exercises all over Sydney. So with the heading, you obviously want to capture what the audience are, what is their desire. So, maybe it's group sessions to work out, maybe it's to lose weight, maybe it's to lose the Christmas gains, because we thought that would be more relevant for the time of filming this video, but I don't know actually what it is now. So it's important to sort of ride on trends. If it's Christmas, maybe do your ads a little bit more tailored to Christmas, or have Christmas elements in them. And then the description is pretty much giving more information about your offer, what you're trying to promote. And that's about it. So you just show how easy it is to create text with Jasper, especially the descriptions are usually longer. And then the headings and description is really something you could come up with yourself, because they're pretty short and you don't need to make them too long because you can't really see them in the ad. Awesome. So we created our target audience, we wrote the copywriting for the ad. Now it's time to generate our image using DALL-E. Now, a very important note to make is that DALL-E is not so good with face generation. So all the ads that you can generate with DALL-E at the moment would be like landscapes or items or products or or things of that sort. So no faces. So I'm going to come up with some ideas and see what it generates for me. Okay, so I did a little bit of work with DALL-E. It literally took me about 2-3 minutes, and I'll show you through the iterations. I wrote weights in the nature, outdoor exercise and stuff like that. That's what I got. Then I wrote weights in the nature again, just to see what else it gives me. Then I wrote weights in the nature in Sydney, so you can see a bit of like background of Sydney and stuff like that in those weights. Weights in the nature in Sydney, so again, sort of similar stuff, so I didn't like that. And then I was a bit ballsy, like I told you, it doesn't really generate faces, but here it sort of gave me, really nice one. So group exercise in the nature in Sydney. So you don't even have to go out these days to take a photo of your group exercising. You can, and use that in your Facebook ad, which would be more authentic, instead of using some sort of stock image you download from the internet. So I'm just gonna go with one of these, and I'm gonna take it, put it in Canva, and maybe crop a picture of that lady, the personal trainer, put it there and see what it looks like, and that will be one of my images. So here are my two elements. I'm going to quickly, with Canva, you can actually crop up the background of any image that has, a good contrast between what you're trying to crop out in the background. So I'll show you what it does. It'll take a few seconds, and then I'll show you what I was planning for the image. I'm only going to use one image for this ad, but if you want to test other ads, other images as well, you can do that. But for this purpose, I'll just show you what I did here. I believe Canva also uses some sort of AI to give you the right recommendations for whatever designs you're doing. But I'm not going to go into that. Bring it forward. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Okay. So the contrast looks a bit funny. I could probably change the colors. Oh, that's better. This is kind of an ad that will stick out, I think, in Facebook. Maybe not the best designs. I'll put it in the middle. That could look like. Okay, and then you got the image. Again, with your images, let's go through some tips, because I think I wrote some tips there for images, which are super important. And let's see where my text is. Images. So this is really important because a lot of people, look at big businesses and they say, oh, like this is what the big business uses, this sort of ad. I'll just copy paste this sort of design and use the same thing. So this is what a lot of people do, and it actually, sets them up for failure, because people, when they see ads, they usually skip it. No one wants to see an ad. People wants to be, you want to distract your audience with something that is intriguing, or wow, what is this? Or this is different, or this is a change. So whatever you do with your images, especially if they're static images, images can only be static, but with your images, make sure that you break the pattern, that you create something different. So with this ad, this is different. Like, this is not the best design. There's, people working on it different. This is definitely going to stop someone, especially if there was more elements of Sydney in the background. I think that would have helped a lot as well. Again, your ads don't have to look that great. The images for your ads, they just have to be intriguing, stop people in their space. Again, if I spend more time on this, I could make it look more professional or get a different image. But again, I just showed you, or the whole point of this is to show you how to use DALL-E, how to use Canva, and how easy it is to create your own ad. With being a personal trainer, you might want to do something that looks a little bit more professional, but not too stocky. So put your own image there, maybe the group you're working out, maybe even a picture of all the group together, just like, showing everyone together and what you're doing. I think that would also be a good image for an ad. So a quick recap: within our target audience, we created our copywriting, we did the image for the ad, and we're basically ready to post it. So the next step in our plan is to post the ad on Facebook. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to post your ads. So I'm in my ads manager interface, and basically I'm going to go with create. So I assume that you know a little bit about, you know, posting Facebook ads, but if you don't know, setting this up and getting to here is pretty straightforward. There's a few other things like setting up the pixel for Facebook to make sure you collect data about the people that come to your website, and there's many other little bits and pieces, but this is not what this tutorial is for. Now I'm just going to show you how to post your ad and some things you need to consider. So let's create the ad. I just wanted people to call us. I think that will be like, you know, if I was a personal trainer, I'll just put my number there. And if people are in my local area and they want to, you know, get in touch, they'll just give a call. So let's do that. So that will be leads. Okay, let's go with that. Obviously, there's different objectives, you know, traffic to your website. You know, if you're trying to get people to a landing page, that's what you select. But this one is that. So let's say campaign is personal trainer. Categories. So usually if it's credit, employment, housing, with that, you have to tick those boxes. Auction, you just leave it as auction. Campaign objective is to get leads. We're not doing A/B testing. Advanced campaign budget, and we're not doing that either, so I just leave those off. Next. Ad set name, I usually just leave it as new lead set ad set. I usually put 1, and if I do another ad set, then I'll put 2. So I just wanted to note something really quickly. With the campaigns, the ad set is sort of where you test audiences, like different types of audiences. With ads, it's where you test different types of ads. And campaigns is basically what you're trying to achieve with the campaigns, whether it's leads or, you know, traffic or engagement. So this is sort of the difference between each one. Ad sets is the audience. You usually change the audience for them and test different audience. Ads is you test different ads within the audience. And campaign is sort of what you're trying to achieve. So this is sort of the levels of that you see here. That's what's the difference between them. I hope that makes sense. Next thing, so budget, let's say $20 per daily budget, no end, starting December 28. It won't let me start unless it's in the future, so I'll put 7. Run ads all the time, yeah. Audience, this is good. Who will be a target audience? So maybe people that are looking for exercise, physical exercise, fitness. Location, obviously you would put Sydney in location, so let's put that. There we go. Age groups, I'll say people around the mid-age, maybe from 25. Again, it's sort of the people who you want to work with, so this is really up to you, which age groups you're targeting, and also what sort of genders, who you want to show up to your classes. Rich people beyond your detailed targeting, no, because you want it to be specific in Sydney. Let's continue. Advanced placement, I usually tick that because I'll just let Facebook deal with, you know, where placing it and, you know, improving where it's putting it. So I just leave that on, and it usually gives me good results. So that's that. All languages, yep, let's go. No, you can put English or whatever, but I just leave that usually. If Facebook finds that it pushes your ad to people that speak Chinese, it will stop doing that. So Facebook is actually very intuitive these days, and it will optimize it for results. So I'm going to press next. New leads ad. So again, I just put new leads ads 1, and then, you know, I put 2, 3, 4, 4, just to 4, 5 to just distinguish between them. So again, let's use the image. I'm going to fill all this up really quickly, and then we'll pick up from there. So I filled up all the primary text, heading, and ad description from our previous session. So if you can remember this we generated using Jasper, ad headings, and description. So cool thing about Facebook, if you haven't used it before, now it actually circulates between different texts. So you can put up to 5 different options here, and it will basically look for the best one. So obviously we put our 3 options here. the 3 headings, the different headings that we had, and 3 call descriptions. So it will mix and match them and try to find the best, optimal text to put together. And then it will run that ad more than the other ones. It's important that you obviously don't put the same heading and call description. Make sure that your headings are different to your call description and all of them work together. The primary text is different, so you can just, focus on those two, because if you look at the ad on the right hand side, your heading will be here and then your description will be below for different types of ads. So just make sure they're different. And then put obviously your number. This is sort of what the ad looks like that we generated. Get in the best shape of your life with our top rated personal trainer, group exercise sessions in Sydney, dial, call now. Okay, then you hit publish and see how it goes. And that's basically it. You just learned how to do a Facebook ad. I know that there's a lot more detail that I missed or skipped, and I apologize for that, but I tried to give you the bare minimum and the marketing principles that you need to think about when you generate the ad. And the most important thing is to think about your audience, what they want, what they need, and try to cater to that when you're creating your ad. Now we're going to go through some KPIs and sort of what sort of results you should be getting for each KPI. And that way you'll know if your ad is performing well or below average, above average, and so on. So we'll jump into that right now. So now we're going to go through some important KPIs you should be monitoring with your Facebook ad. Again, there's a lot of KPIs, different strategies, different ways, but I like to keep it simple, and I'll just share with you the main ones I look at when I create an ad. The first thing is result rate, is basically what is the percentage of people that actually engage with your ad after seeing it. And that could be just looking at it and then keep scrolling or clicking in it or stuff like that. And you want to keep that at around 1% or more. So you can see here we're falling a little bit behind. Cost per 1,000, CPM is basically cost per 1,000 impressions. You usually want to keep that in the dollars around, if you're doing $1.5 or $2 or $3 per 1,000 impressions, that's pretty good. Over here you can see we're spending a lot, but you'll see that the CPM will differ between different industries. So some industries you actually have to pay a lot more, and some industries less. Click-through rate is the percentage of times people saw your ad and performed a click on it. You want to keep that at around 1.5% or more. So over here we're doing pretty well, the click-through rate. Cost per click, you want to keep that around $2 or less. So you can see that we're doing pretty well here. Obviously you want to keep an eye on the amount spent, how much money you're spending, so you're not overspending on ads that are not performing well. That is definitely something you want to check out. And then the last thing is the conversion rate. Now, I'm not sure where I couldn't really find the conversion rate here for some reason. But what I do is I basically divide the amount of results by the clicks. And you should be getting around 10% conversion rate. The more, the better. So 19 divided by 90, it's something around, 20 something percent. So we're doing pretty well with the conversion rate. So what is conversion rate? Is how many people click on your ad, and basically how many of those people actually turn into a conversion or into a result. And those are the most important, to my opinion, the most important KPIs you should be monitoring. That's how I do my ads, and that's how I get results, and everything is groovy. I would like to thank you so much for watching this video until the end. You have no idea how much it helps the YouTube algorithm to promote our videos and get us noticed, so thank you. Also, if you give it a like, it will tremendously help, but that's up to you. And other than that, also, if you have any comments or you want to talk about other things or you want us to produce other things, just chuck it in the comments and we will get back to you personally. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you so much.